Cook delivers a speech emphasizing Apple's opposition to sideloading. Apple CEO Tim Cook today delivered the keynote speech at the Global Privacy Summit in Washington, D.C. The conference hosted by the International Association of Privacy Professionals is focused on international privacy and data protection. Thank you, Chris. I didn't even know this day existed, but Apple has a real hard out when it comes to privacy.
Why did I bring this up in the beginning of the episode? I should have just disappeared halfway through.
I'm like, where's he going? No, for those that don't know, it's kind of like a joke around here when somebody actually has to leave because there's not that many of us.
No.
And when somebody leaves, it's kind of a big deal. And, I mean, it's not like there's 5,000 people in here. And we never really know when anybody actually has to leave.
Yeah.
So we start calling it a hard out. I mean, I don't know if other people have ever used it before, but it's like, no, I really have to go.
Yeah.
And you would even press me because I wouldn't even know my own schedule.
Yes.
And you'd be like, look, take a look. Check if you have a hard out today.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, yeah, look at that. I actually do. And anyway, that's how the terminology came up. Cook reflected on Apple's ongoing commitment to privacy. They love the privacy. I mean, the privacy, which started, I'll never forget, the first time I saw them pitching privacy. CES, last time I went, they got the billboard right outside the convention center with the lock icon, the Apple with the lock on the top, which prior to that, we had never seen it before. Yeah. And actually, they didn't even have the Apple with the lock on it at that ad. I guess that came after. But everyone was surprised. They have very little presence at CES. They take this massive ad. What happens on your iPhone stays on your iPhone. And people were like, okay.
I remember this.
You're not launching a new product. You're kind of...
there it is.
Eventually it turns into that logo. You're abstaining from participation in CES, as they had been for a number of years. But you got this really big ad reminding everybody about your priorities. And I mean, people did this. People wrote stories on this because it was Apple, and it's been a priority for them ever since. And it's not. It's a priority from a software development standpoint, but it's also a priority from a marketing standpoint. Well, a differentiation factor. Because obviously the rest of the world runs on Android, and we all know Google's business model is a lot different than Apple's.
Yeah.
We at Apple are proud to stand alongside all those who are working to advance privacy rights around the world. As a company, we are profoundly inspired by what technology can make possible, but we know too that technology is neither inherently good nor inherently bad. It is what we make of it. It is a mirror that reflects the ambitions of the people who use it, the people who build it, and the people who regulate it. You know what's interesting about it? You could read that statement, that paragraph. You could read it in the voice of a hero or in the voice of a villain.
The internet is no good or no bad.
We at Apple are proud to stand alongside all those who are working to advance privacy rights around the world.
This is the good guy.
We at Apple are proud to stand alongside all those who are working to advance privacy rights around the world. As a company, we are profoundly inspired by what technology can make possible. But we know, too, that technology is neither inherently good nor inherently bad. It is what we make of it. It is a mirror that reflects the ambitions of the people who use it, the people who build it, and the people who regulate it. I feel like I'm a voice actor for a video game. You know what happened, Will? I played the Horizon.
Did you really?
Because my kids said, we got to play the Horizon. And what happened was they went to the store. Imagine that. Like my family went to the store, all of them. That's crazy.
Or Best Buy or something?
No, they were at Walmart, and they bought Horizon, the new one. Remind me?
Horizon Zero Dawn.
No. Is that the one? What's the other Horizon?
Forbidden West?
It's Forbidden West, isn't it?
Yes, the newest one.
Wait, what are we talking about here? the game that they would be playing right now on the PS5 is Forbidden West. Or is it?
Yes. I was just gonna say the PS5 that you had here.
Yes.
It already has that game.
Exactly. This is what I discovered yesterday.
Yeah.
It's a double.
Just return it.
It's a double buy.
And we have one right here.
This is mad.
The limited edition.
I know this, but listen, they
whole
didn't
thing.
conference. They didn't talk to me.
I played a little bit of it on that PS5.
And this is what we discovered yesterday. When you brought that PS5 back, they plugged it in, and it was like, "Are you sure you want to delete Willie Do?" And I was
Hey.
like, wait a sec. He might have progress in this game. I don't know what he's doing.
Oh,
But then we go into the other profile, and we're like, well, we'll just use
Start a
that.
new one.
Yeah, let's just do that on the other gamer profile, whatever the hell you want to call it.
yeah.
But we play maybe an hour or something of it.
Yeah, it looks ridiculous.
Maybe 45 minutes we play. And we're going in the water, and the hair is moving.
Oh, the hair. Yeah, it's a lot of hair.
The hair is moving behind, and you got the bow and arrow, and you have the stealth, and it's a little bit Uncharted with the climbing.
Yeah. Very paradisey.
It's colorful,
Yeah.
and there's some atmosphere, and it's in the future, but the future has some elements of the past, which is always good. And either way, it's a great time all around.
Yeah.
But you never expected me to be doing that.
No. Did you actually play it, or were you watching
You didn't think I was capable of these things.
it?
You every time Will tries to make like a video game recommendation, I'm like, when am I gonna play? It has to be when my kids are interested in it. Then it's possible.
Did you actually touch the joystick?
I didn't touch the controller. He wasn't gonna let me touch the controller once he started
You're
going.
right. Yeah. It's pretty addicting.
Unless it gets like complex to a point that he needs to, but he picked normal difficulty.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like
It's a hard game. Like overall.
so maybe he's gonna hand it to me as he progresses.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be like, hey, check this part out or something. But I'm sure he's gonna do that anyway.
Yeah.
But up until now, no, I didn't feel the mechanics. But he was commenting on the PS5 haptics on how hard the trigger gets
When
during
you're,
certain sequences.
drawing the bow.
But also when you have to go open a door or something, it's very
Right.
stiff. It's interesting
Yeah.
the way they use that extra
A little immersive.
input. Shout out Ian. But anyway, okay, so Cook is over there. He's talking privacy. If we are forced to let unvetted apps onto iPhone, the unintended consequences will be profound. And when we see that, we feel an obligation to speak up and ask policymakers to work with us to advance goals that I truly believe we share without undermining privacy in the process. He's talking about finding another way to get apps on your phone. He's talking about Epic Games. He's talking about Fortnite. He's talking about the accusations around monopolistic practices.
Right.
Court cases that are ongoing, and this idea that the only way to use your iPhone is going to be through the App Store, and the only way to go through the App Store is for them to get their cut, whatever cut they deem or determine. The degree to which people agree or disagree with this has a lot to do with the apps that they use, has a lot to do with if they have anything to do with development, if they're developers themselves, if you're a game publisher,
Absolutely.
something like this. And obviously Epic brought it to light. And here you have the other side of the story where you got Tim saying, well, if people are able to do this, it undermines a lot of what we're doing on the privacy side. That's what he's saying. I'm just telling you what he's saying, Will. I know you're looking at me a certain way, but I'm telling you what he's saying.
I'm just thinking like Google doesn't, their app store is not open, right? But you can still download APKs. You can download apps outside the store.
Oh, never mind, Will. You can, on a Samsung device, you can load an entirely different store. You can get the Galaxy Store, and you can actually install Epic, because, Epic had issues with the Play Store as well. But on Android, you can have a whole different store running on your phone. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Totally different scenario. You got to give a shout out to Patrick, Will.
Yeah.
Tell Patrick to wake up.
Wake up, man. You're almost at the Grand Canyon, bud.
Shout out Patrick.
Shout out Ian.
No, Patrick. Shout out Patrick.
Oh, yeah, but Ian's the
dad
donator.
dad of Patrick.
Shout out both of you.
But Patrick needs a shout